Alright, Queenie, I assume this is your VOD.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna be looking at W usage and Qs.
Oh no.
That's usually the most important
Don't
thing
look at that.
on Wukong. Mm-mm-mm. Full clear. Mute my Discord. Did you kill a minion?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you did. Flash auto Q? No, you have to flash auto Q. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, should still die though. Spam E. He's gonna E over this wall. Come on. Boom. Worked out. I mean, I think probably should just be basing way earlier, probably like right here, and just buy like triple longsword. Um, or then at this point, after Raptor's probably like the base, and you could buy uh Phage plus Dagger, or you can buy the 1200 gold item, or you could buy Sheen Longsword. There's a lot you could buy. I, so that's about it. You just don't have items. You do no fucking damage.
Yeah.
Obviously, also Q Dominion, but still, you just have low damage.
I feel like after I chased so long, I
Because
kind of had to do those camps. What do you think?
yeah, now that you're here, I agree. Since you're already like here, the mistake's already been done. Because like the thing is, let's say you based earlier, and Zaheen starts dragon, you can fight this dragon. There's no reason you can't,
Yeah.
right? But when you have no items, there's no way you can fight. So that's just the punishment. This is why you almost always base after first clear, or after crab, or even after like Krugs. You can still base before going for the gank, right? And you can still just do Krugs Raptors base and then open to wolves, and then you're still on the correct side of the map, and you're able to contest dragon. Um, so yeah, that's number one. First mistake. Seraphine roams. This guy probably could have died if he went in earlier. Probably on this gold card. You're hesitating, but it's you guys. You actually have so much to see. It's gold card into Maokai W into Maokai Q into Wukong knockup into second Wukong knockup. So Loki could have just sent it. And at this point, you have to Q Akali right here. This is Q kills her. This is double Q, the clone and your Q.
Yeah.
So I think you're just tunnel vision on the Zaheen because that would have killed the Akali, and then you could just R out. And with Zaheen, maybe you're like worried about Zaheen, but if you just let's say you queued him, now you'll just this ult will be like your escape path. You'll press alt and you'll just leave, and then if he tries to chase you, he'll just knock himself up, right? So
Yeah.
I think tunnel vision. This Akali should die, and then it just be 1 for 0. And then you're gonna give the grubs because you have no ult, and Wukong with that ult can't fight, and you'll just do Wolves Blue Gromp and base on like a Triforce probably, and be pretty happy. Yeah, you base on Triforce here, pretty 100%, because you get the gold as well. So you're not right, 600 gold away. 3 bot camps is 300 plus the kill is 300. You see him start grubs, I assume, so you go to his bot side. Looks good. These guys are going a bit deep. Yeah, I know what the fuck they did. They overextended for sure. Definitely want the base ASAP. Like, even here, do you have Triforce right now? Yeah, even right now. I just finished this base. I know they were like, oh, let's fight the Selene or whatever. Just base right now. Because the problem is if
Yeah.
you don't base right now, you're never gonna base before this dragon, right?
Yeah.
And it's just such a big power spike. And then at this point, I just go get the guaranteed dragon, like boom after this. Zaheen's basing. Ash's half, this is now guaranteed, right? Because Ash isn't dead, but she's effectively dead because she can't show up to the dragon. She's too low to fight dragon, right? And then Zaheen literally base. So Zaheen's literally won't be here, and Ash won't be here. Obviously the kill isn't bad, but no, it's just so slow. Like the thing is, like Zaheen now can very happily trade Raptors and Krugs. They're hitting top plates the entire time. He takes your entire top side. Um, it's the map's like kind of fucked. Yeah, don't even walk to your top side. You should just assume everything's gone. Goodness, you got one camp on dip. Is this a scrim or a tryout, or what is this? What is this solo queue?
Um,
No, it's definitely not
no,
a
it's
solo
a
queue.
scrim.
Yeah, just a lot of fighting. Obviously, I know you're for the team, you're for the boys, but we're skipping a lot of camps, and Wukong is pretty. She's actually like of the junglers you play, Jarvan, Ivern. I'd say Wukong should be the most selfish because he is has the highest carry potential. Like a Wukong that gets fed or strong or just I'm not it's like just doesn't skip their camps. Wukong's two items. The champs like can solo carry fights, you know.
Yeah.
But if you just, I don't know, I think you're just skipping too much again. Like, okay, I would just, okay, we do one play, awesome. Remember, like, time for my team, time for myself. Okay, we do one play, we do gank off, perfect. Okay, time, boom. Then we time to do scuttle, blue, gromp, wolves. I have four camps up, you know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I like we take the Krug camp, sure, and then after Krug camp, it should be immediately, okay, perfect. This is plays over, and then same thing, boom, you know. Tell your team, okay, guys, let's look to base and play for the Herald soon. Let's wait for the objective, right? And then you'll clear towards, you'll do Gromp, Blue, Gromp, Wolves into the Herald. These guys will base, and they'll just open top and mid, and then we'll play into Herald, right? So you'll get the clear towards it, and they get the base towards it, because it's not like Justana should stay either. She's half HP, right? Um, but now we're fighting instead of walking like this, the safe way to Scuttle, we walk this aggressive way into their jungle, and then we get collapsed on, and then you have to burn your ult, and then you have to burn your flash, and now your teammates come to help you, and then Seraphine ults, and then Akali dies, and then Maokai dies, and Tristana, you know what I mean? It's all could be avoided literally just by a pathing thing, just by walking right instead of walking up after this fight, you know?
Mhm.
Get Dragon. I think you second dragon, you should just be looking to leave. Be like, okay, nice, nice, nice. We gotta dip, 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 dip. Like, you already won the fight. Now if you guys like fight, all you could do is lose. You know, like I always like to say this is like you're fighting someone. Like you just got two punches in, they got zero, and now you're going in for a third punch instead of just being happy for like. It's better to have like 2 for 0 than like 3 for 1, right? Because it's better to just win and give them nothing than like win slightly harder and potentially give them something, right? So here, like you guys could
Yeah.
just walk to the right. Boom, we got the dragon. All right, sick. Boom, or boom. Instead, you're walking left. Into Akali. You're pinging on the way. Maokai's Wing in. You're going in. You know. Um, this causes Maokai to die. This causes you to ult, right? Now you have no ult for a minute and a half. So let's say like when Gragas respawn in 30 seconds, you can still make a play right away. But now you have to wait 2 minutes to make a play. So that's now an extra minute where the map is dead. You know. Now you're not able to defend your bot cam. So what if you just skipped here instantly and instantly started your blue? You start your blue right now. Boom. You're hitting blues the entire time. You could probably take it away before they run in, right? At the very least, you have ult to try to like be more threatening. But now you're forced to give your entire bot side, and mid tower dies. You know, like if it's just Gragas death, they should not be able to get mid tower and 3 bot camps and the entire map. This is too much, you know. But if you have 2 people
Yeah.
dead plus Wukong the ult, you're effectively dead because without ult you're useless. So basically you have 3 people dead. So now they'll take fucking everything. Of course, why wouldn't they? You know. Here again, your like subconscious is running to the enemy jungle. Like here, maybe he didn't take all your camps. Maybe he just took one. I would just go to my wolves, go to my grom, go to my blue, check my camps. Here instead of you have three camps that look like they're up, you're just running to the enemy jungle, right? You also have no ult, so like this is not when you want to fight, right? No ult Wukong. Why would you ever want to fight in the jungle right now, right? I'd want to just clear my camps. You have 800 gold. You're gonna buy Warhammer next. Warhammer's 1050. So if you kill two camps like Gromp Wolf, boom, you base for Warhammer. Now you have both components for your Sundered. Um, you're like yeah, like all your camps are up. You didn't take any of them, so you could have done Gromp Blue, but now they show up and now you're like, oh shit, now I have to give Blue. But if we did Blue at the very start, we would never have to give it. You know, you're just bleeding camps for no reason. And now you have your item and you haven't based. You're also not like basing in time. Like here after Gromp, I would just base right now. Boom, I have more Warhammer. That's 1050. And instead you kind of just wiggle, 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 and now you're. But you'd be now you if you just base this, you'd be here right now. Same thing, but now you'd just be stronger. Okay, let's watch the Sauticon fight.
Oh, no.
You just didn't use Q at all. The engage is actually good. You just need to actually you Q'd once, nice. When you W, you just need to Q one more time. You need a Q and then ult.
Mm.
That's it. Besides that, that was actually not. It was actually not bad. You have to understand the difference is Seraphine would literally die. A double Q on the Seraphine is. I'll put it this way. Look at your Q. Look at your Q. How much damage your Q does. You Q here 417. So it'd be extra. It would be plus 417 because the clone cat would be the same damage, right? Because he's also shredding armor. So 417. Also, your ult will do more damage because here you Q and then ult. You ult and then Q. This ult that will do more damage because when you Q, you shred their armor. So right now this would be like not 417, it'd be like 500 damage. So he'd be 500 damage less. Right now we're just your flash Q, your flash E, your flash auto would kill the Seraphine because he's like he'll be like one bar, you know. I
Mhm.
actually think your engage is fine. You just didn't Q. And saying maybe instead of W, this is actually here. What I would do probably is here I would flash to knock up this Ash and then I would W again back in, or back out or out, and then you actually it's gonna be 6-man knock up technically because it's gonna be you just knock up, flash, knock up, W, and then now your now W is gonna knock up Ash again. You see how it's like a 6-man knock up, and you'll die. But if you're getting a 6-man knock up doing all this damage, all again you should literally solo kill Seraphine too. Your team will wipe the fight, guaranteed. So you may die, but you'll die as a hero, right? So I actually think your engage wasn't bad. You just need to use your Q, which would have killed Seraphine, because now Seraphine being alive, she's gonna get multiple W's off, multiple damage, like shit off, right? Your team is suiciding to kill her as well, finish her off. Um, and then also you could use your flash more aggressively to just get more knockups. So this fight was close. I think you 100% could have won it. Also, keep in mind, I forgot to think. Imagine you had Warhammer 2. The Seraphine is not even like close. Like this Q, boom, he's dead right now if you had Warhammer as well. And then obviously you'd get Triumph from killing her. Also you'd get a level up, so you get extra HP from level up. So you'd be like this HP right now. And then I don't think you'd even die. Then you have then you could flash out technically and just you know sustain out, eat back in when you heal up. So definitely a winnable fight.
Can I ask you something else about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fight?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so at the start of it, like you can see I don't have like my camera is not in a great position. I can't see what my teammates are doing, but like right here,
Oh, you
I
don't
see the
need to.
Maokai ult, so I'm like going in,
Mhm,
but my teammates actually like peel off to the side, so they're killing a collie right now,
mhm.
and they were kind of like they said that we lost the fight because I went in without them, but
No,
like
no, no. You're engaged just fine. You definitely can live. Because the thing is, like, no, no. I mean, they're just diamond or silver, whatever the fuck they are. No, your engage is
emerald.
yeah, the engage is fine. Again, you just need to live here and kill Seraphine. Because like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll put it this
okay.
way. Oh, it's like you just did like I'll put it this way. If you kill Seraphine and live, do you think they would ever say your engage was bad? No, because you'd win the fight, and people
Uh,
never say
yeah.
bad things about fights you win.
Yeah.
Right? That's how they work. Even if it was a bad engage, if you won the fight, no one would even notice or even mention it because like, oh, we won the fight. Good job, Queenie.
Oh,
right?
that's true.
That's
Yeah.
just how people work.
Yeah.
It was the same shit in pro play versus challenger players. So like I literally like if it worked, people are just never gonna say it's bad. In this case, I think if you queued the Seraphine like I said and you flashed away, you would live, kill Seraphine, win the fight, and then you get Otacon, win the game. So they're just it went wrongly, so they have to. It went bad, so they have to say they just have to find a reason why it went bad. I mean they are right that you could have played it better. They're just wrong in what way you could have played it better. Um, A lot of times also to be if you want to make it even fast. Sounds it's funny because they want you to slow it down, but sometimes making the engage even faster is better because they can react slower and their abilities are down because they use abilities on the Otacon. Technically, the your E doesn't really do any damage. E damage is really negligible. In Wukong, he only uses E as a gap closer, as like a dash, and for the attack speed. So the fastest way to actually engage this fight is just to E this Otacon and then Q ult this right here, boom, right? That would be the fastest way. You walking all the way to E the Seraphine made it a bit slower because here this guy's rooted, right? So if you could eat this, you could be here right now if you eat it earlier, and then this guy's
Yeah.
rooted, so you just walk up and then Q ult. And now this is your 3-man because here the 3-man's way more obvious. When you spend all this time to E, you see how you give Ash time to walk away, and now it's just a 1-man, and then you have to walk for a 2-man, and now you have to flash for a 3-man, right? But if
Yeah.
you instantly queued E the Otacon, then Q ult the Seraphine, then it would be a very obvious 3-man right here. You see, boom, E walk Q R. Ash walks away. You can flash after Ash, ult again, then W towards your team to the left side where they're coming. Or W down, then flash to the left, whichever one you want. You know what I mean? So I think engage definitely could have been better, but not slower. It could have been faster. Actually, it still will be better.
Okay.
Right? Because it doesn't matter if it's fast or slow. It's about what the impact the engage is doing, right? And by doing it either faster, it would have more impact, or by doing it the same speed you did it by queuing better or Wing or flashing better or flashing at all, it would have been better, right? Makes
Yeah.
sense. But
Mhm.
obviously this is bad. You guys got Ace, you lose Otacon, you get Dragon this, so it's chill. Blue card. Here we go. Here we go. Ah, fuck. Angel ulted him away. Let's report Angel. Alright, Angel just griefed that. Again, ironically. Um, Same thing though on the earlier thing. You are hesitating. Like, here, boom. If you go right now, insta 3-man flash ult. Flash,
Yeah.
E, boom. They're wipe. Probably in the game. If not in the game, but the game's probably over. Triple kill. Baron spawns in 30 seconds. Just need a no hesitation. Flash ult. Boom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times in my career, I learned from watching VODs where I would see one example was Exu. I don't know if people in here know who Exu is. Where I played against Exu a lot in my career, and I would watch my games and his games, and I'd be like, bro, I'm better at this guy at fucking everything. Mechanics, pathing, decision making, comms, everything. The one thing he was better than me at, and I'd actually lose games to it because he was so good at it, and it took me a while to realize. And I never thought he was good at it because he was smart. If anything, I thought he was good at it because he was dumb. Because when you're dumb, you just do things like instantly because you're not thinking about repercussions, right? Was this motherfucker just engage? If he saw an angle to engage, he would just take it. That's it. Maybe he was. I can't say if he was tunnel vision. Maybe he was really smart and he saw the angle fucking perfectly or what. But this guy, see an angle to engage, boom, zero hesitation. That was always one of my biggest problems. I'm like an overthinker, so I'd be like, oh, I can't fast engage because what if I get Ash ulted while I'm flashing in, or what if a colleague flanks my team while I'm flashing in? I'm like, I think of 20 different scenarios why it's bad or why I can't do it, right? Um, and then that's why I hesitated. But a lot of players that exceeded or did really well are players who just fucking turn their brain off. They see angle, they just take the angle. Oh, I see a 3-man flashy ult, boom, I'm just fucking going right now, boom, go instantly. But same as before. Remember how you hesitated here and then it went from a 3-man to a 2-man? Same thing here. Before it was 3-man. Now if you ult now, it's just a 1-man. Now you have to flash for it to be a 2-man even, right? But if you want instantly, it'd be a 3-man, not even having to flash. I mean, not even having to like I guess you'd have to flash, but you wouldn't have to like use your W to follow them or anything, you know. But now you have to flash. If you want to get on Ash, you'd have to flash on her.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you play champs like Wukong or Vi or Jarvan in competitive, it's really the art of learning, like no hesitation. Just if you see an angle, and it's a very obvious team fight, and I think this is the start of a very obvious team fight. All 5 people on both teams are topside. Maokai already used his ult as well. We just have to full send it, you know. Um, so yeah, I think this fight is also very same as Otacon. I think if you went in better or earlier, this fight's definitely winnable.
So at the start of this fight, like
Hmm.
it wasn't like originally a 5v5, but we were
Yeah,
just
just
trying
chase
to get this
Malphite.
pick on
Yeah.
Maokai. So my team was saying that I just needed to ult him so it didn't turn into like this big team fight. Do you feel like here? Like
Hmm.
they think I should have just committed the ult right away. What do you think?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I mean, it can't. If he has no ult, it's gonna kill him. If he has ult,
Is it worth to use my ult on that?
um,
Because I was like looking at the timer and I wasn't sure. Like, did you see like 50 seconds right now on like
yeah,
Baron?
it's fine. I was thinking about it too.
Okay.
It's again, I think that you could have won this team fight. If you just used it here. But yeah, if the plan is just to kill this guy, oh, he has no ult. Yeah, he would 100% die. Um, and I think if there's like dragon or something spawning in like 30 seconds and you want to save your ult, it makes sense. But there's nothing. It's like no one ever pulls Baron on spawn. That's like not really a thing in League, to be honest, nowadays.
Okay.
Unless you're up like
Yeah.
10k gold, right? Like when was the last time you saw a team pull Baron the second it spawned? It doesn't really happen. That's like people do that with dragons and stuff, but no one does that with
Yeah.
barons. So in this case, the only objective spawning in 50 seconds is Baron. So you're just gonna kill this guy, and that's gonna give you guys some breathing room, and then you'll go do your Krugs Raptors red. Your team's gonna be able to push waves out, and then you'll also get map control just because you're playing 45. So I agree. If you ult this guy, he 100% dies. Boom right here. You know, don't W, just R, and then when he runs away, then you'll W R after him. Um, but again, when it comes one kill, that doesn't really win you the game. This team fight wins you the game, and this team fight, if you engage faster or better, then I do think you'd win. Um, so yeah, but I agree with. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal, but I do agree with them that Malphite will 100% die. And also, now that you have Sunder, you do have a decent amount of CDR. Your ult's not that big. Like a lot of times early game, Wukong's never want to ult unless it's guaranteed because our cooldown's so long. But now, like when your ult expires, your ult's up in a minute 20, so it's really not that long nowadays. Now, once you have 2 points in it and Sunder CDR, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
But honestly, now the game's kind of fucked. You lost Otacon, you lost Inhib. You guys got ace like 3 team fights in a row. This game goes on long. Maybe, I mean, with how long it goes, any game's winnable late game, but at the moment, you guys definitely should lose. That's the reason why I always go Cleaver second on Wukong, because it also gives you extra CDR. CDR for your Q, CDR for your W, extra CDR for your ult, and also gives you extra armor pen. So, I know a lot of
Second after Triforce.
yeah, I know a lot of Wukong's like Sundered. I know you said you used to go Sundered first. But I
Yeah.
I always go try Cleaver basically.
Yeah, your memory is actually crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it's decent. That guy dies. Good ult. Yeah, good. Well, that was a good fucking fight. Do dragon
Let's
on spawn.
go.
Yeah. No, I liked how you play this fight. You wanna know why? Cause you just spam Q. That's why it's a good fight. Your Q you use Q almost always goes up. Q, boom. Just look at your Q. Don't look at anything else. Q, boom. Q, boom. Boom, Q. Though like, it's your first good fight of the game, like or the best fight I like, and it's because the second your Q's up, you use it, and you see how much damage it feels like you're doing in these fights. This entire champion's
Yeah.
based around just spamming Q, and this fight you just spammed Q. So, all right, this guy is giving. I don't know where the team is at. All right, Angel pull up. All right, nice Angel pulled up. We got full cleaver, next shrinker. What the fuck died? Report Gragas. Yeah, oh, he got hit by Asphalt. That sucks. Now with Cleaver, you should feel really fucking strong. You can't see it, but you have to understand after this Q, he's like literally half HP. After this Q, boom, he's like half. That shit just did a lot of damage to him. GG. It's not, it's not how you want to fight. You really want to dive their backline, but it didn't really have the best opportunity to see it again. I mean, Okay, I mean the fight's never gonna win. If your biggest carry, you're starting the fight with your strongest carry getting hit by Malphite ult, it's not gonna. I could look at this fight and say I could do play better, but it's you'll never win this fight. It's pointless. Like if like,
Do you think?
the best way to do it is just to flash. Even now, like you should be looking for angles. Like if you see these guys playing like this, fuck it, just W flash E ult, just fucking send it.
Oh,
'Cause-
yeah,
right? A lot of times it's against playing against champs with hard engage like Malphite or something else. One of the very common sayings is in pro play is just like whoever goes in first wins. That's a very common saying in some comps. Because if they ever start the fight, Malphite ulting Tristana, you lose the fight guaranteed. If you guys start the fight, Wukong ulting Ashe Seraphine, like they're two mobiles, then you probably win the fight. So it's kind of scary to be like solo engage. But your team actually has a lot of good follow up. Like if Maokai ult, Gragas ult, like if you could flash fucking, especially because they're clumped and they're overstepping. Like your W, this is unironically like max range W flash E range, right? W flash like E. Like you, if you have all fucking six spells up, Wukong engage is pretty fucking long. So this is 100% in range to just fucking completely send it.
yeah,
Normally like Wukong never likes using his W to engage. He wants to save his W for the fight, but you don't really have many options here. Um, so that's probably the one thing that you could have changed is if we go in earlier, maybe my Tristana won't. It's gonna be harder for Malphite. Maybe Malphite will be ulting to peel you instead of ulting on Tristana. Besides,
yeah.
like potentially just looking to go in first, I don't think there's anything you could have done here. Any questions?
No, that was great. Thank you.
Sounds good.